Hi there, Hilary here for Waterlogged on behalf of saltwateraquarium.com. Welcome to the next video in my Red Sea build series where I am going to hook up the lights and the mounting arms and put those on my tank, and I'm also going to do an unboxing and show you the heater that I got for the tank. But let's go ahead and get started first with the lights. So before I get into building and setting up these mounting arms, I wanted to tell you a little bit about these lights. Now, the Reef LEDs are part of the Red Sea plug and play system, so it's super easy to put together, and it is one that is not manually controlled by hand, but you are actually going to control these guys through the ReefBeat app, which, stay tuned, we're gonna have a video all about the ReefBeat and all of the tools that you can control through it. Now, something that you should know about these is there are 3 separate channels, so you are gonna have the blue light, you're gonna have your white, and you are going to have moonlight. Now, I haven't played around with this LED on the app yet, but I would imagine that you can program some really cool stuff, and I'm looking forward to checking it out and setting it all up. So let's go ahead and get started. So when you are putting these screws in, I would recommend holding this piece away from the light itself and putting those screws in and then setting the whole piece over top and screwing them in. That way you don't accidentally risk dropping them down in these holes. All right, now that I've got the brackets assembled, let's go ahead and install them on the tank. All right, first things first, when it comes to putting these lights on, put a towel in the tank just in case you accidentally drop a light or any of the pieces. You want to make sure it's got a soft cushion. So this little screw here up on the top, it looks like it adjusts the angle of the lights. All right, now that we've got the first light on, we're gonna go ahead and repeat the same process and install the other light. Something I didn't mention is that when you hook it on the back, if you unscrew, you can move it side to side to adjust the position over the length of the tank. All right, I gotta say, Red Sea, you've done a great job. This was really actually very easy to install these. No headache at all. All right, now that we've got those lights installed, let's talk about heaters, right? Now, before I get into this, several parts of this video series, a lot of stuff was given to me, but not all of it. Some of it is stuff that I purchased myself, and this heater was one that I picked out. In the past, I have had an innovative marine reef tank that was phenomenal. Like, it's worked great for all of the years that I've had it. And while it did crack, that's on me. So overall, my experience with Innovative Marine is that they make amazing products. Now, in the past, I have used the JBJ titanium heaters, but those are no longer on the market, which is why I ended up with the Helio. Now, this one is the 700 watt heater. It's good for 100 gallons all the way up to, I believe, a 170 gallon tank. And since the tank, the display, and the sump is 115 gallons, this is the one that I went with. Now, it's gonna come with 2 of the titanium units. It's going to come with a sensor, a controller, and holders for each of those things. But I wanted to unbox it for you because I'm very, very impressed with how this showed up. Let's get started. All right, let's go. I gotta say, sometimes you buy stuff and the packaging is but the packaging on this heater and even on all of the Red Sea stuff that I've opened has been really impressive. Oh, look how tiny this is. So thin. So this is one of the titanium units. Look at that, it's so small. Now, if you are looking to purchase this stuff, when you go to saltwateraquarium.com, you can, if you have a smaller tank or if you just need 1 or 2 components, you can buy each of these parts individually. You don't have to buy them as a set. I feel like most of the audience on this is going to be males, but for any of the ladies that are out there, if you've ever watched any of the makeup kit unboxings, this is what it feels like. So we get instructions. Like, just look how clean all the lines are on this. It just makes me happy. Oh, look, and we've got a warning strong magnet, so. All right. Slide, and it's gonna sit in there. All right, let's get this thing installed. All right, now these come with a little foam pad. I'm gonna go ahead and peel it off, stick it on the back side of the outside magnet. This guy. Pretty simple. I like that it holds it in place. It's going to hold it away from the walls. The instructions are pretty specific on the places that you can put these inside the sump. So make sure if you're getting these that you read all of the instructions to make sure you're putting it where you can. Next up, I'm going to put the probe in, and the magnet for it also has one of these little rubber things. So I'm going to stick that on. All right, now I've got everything how I think I'm gonna keep it, how it's in place. There's a lot of wire management that needs to happen, but until I have everything installed and know how many outlets that I'm gonna need, I'm going to hold off on putting anything permanent in place. One thing I did wanna touch on though is trying to figure out where I can mount the controller unit for this. I went ahead and I ran the cords from the heater units themselves to see how far this could stretch. And while I was doing that, I noticed these fancy little covers that they have to protect the edges of these things. So how cool is that? Just all these little details that are so well thought out. And it's really impressive how things have changed like since I first started in the hobby. So I'm going to set this aside. I think I'm going to try and mount this in the other side of the cabinet, but I will make sure to show you guys all of that. And now that I have a good idea of how many outlets I'm going to need, I'm going to go ahead and get the surge protector and everything ordered. All right. This has been Hilary for Waterlogged on behalf of saltwateraquarium.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.